Hello my bunnies, it's Tiki's Trinkets here, and today I have for y'all another polymer clay tutorial. Today we are going to be making a ring tutorial. I am going to be making a ring, another Five Nights at Freddy's security breach ring. Today I'm going to be making the moon animatronic as a ring. They've only shown just a small sneak peek of this character in the trailer, and there's a little bit of fan art out. I'm going to try to include a picture from Pinterest right about here. And I'm going to be making just a head. I do also want to make the sun character, which is his counterpart. And I also want to make both Gregory and Vanessa too. I just haven't got around to that yet. This is going to be the set that I'm going to make. Starting with the black color. We're going to need black, gray, white, and this is actually a glow-in-the-dark orangey color. Give me just a second to grab my stuff. That came from this set right here. Where is it? Glow orange. Yeah, that's where that would be. It also came with glow green, white, glitter colors, black, bendy colors, glow blue. Yeah, this is a really, really handy set. If you don't already have that, you should. There's a few specialty sets like that you can get, but yeah. Oh, geez, fuzz. Just making sure I'm still recording. I just got a new phone, so hopefully the microphone will be better. And also, hopefully the video quality will be better. And just hopefully it'll record in general. This has a much better camera than my old phone too, so. Alright, so I'm actually, even though this will be the base, well, I guess I should probably start off with the base. I'll just have to go wash my hands. Oh, Lord. I hate having to wash my hands in between each color. But if you go from black to white or black to gray, it's just going to completely darken that color. Because the, oils and colors bleed onto your skin, so you just can't have that. We're just going to cut off about how much we think we need. That's probably a little too small. Yeah, just a little bit, so we need a little bit more. I don't know how to explain the sizing. Just make the things the size you want. Because I've done this quite a few times, so I'm used to the size now. So I don't really need a reference, necessarily. Also, hi, I'm talking this time, unlike usual. I'm trying to get more used to talking while working. Oh, my hair is on the desk. We don't need that now, do we? Hold up. I need a haircut, something awful. Just gonna scooch these up here. I also got the ring base already set up on that. I had to bake this piece of clay. I didn't want to bake the scrap clay, but oh well. Because I was cooking some rings in a hurry last time, and there's my ring base, which I'm using a 10 millimeter size plate instead of the usual 6. Because this is going to be such a wide circle. Okay, I still want a teensy bit bigger, so I'm just going to grab a little bit more. But again, I just know the size from doing this so often, but you can kind of do it whatever size you want. And I'm trying to get used to talking while doing videos. This is just a very difficult multitasking situation. I multitask all the time at work and whenever I'm packaging for Etsy, but I don't know, something about doing videos just makes it very hard. Now I'm just going to take my hand and flatten it out just ever so slightly. I'm going to keep lifting my hand so I can seat it until I get it to the shape I want. Sometimes I use this part, sometimes I use this part of my hand, just depending on how I want the shape to look. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you don't want to flatten it down too much here. That's good, because you're going to take this, and I didn't show this in my previous videos, but this is something new I've been doing recently. I don't think I have. I take it and I flatten it on the base part here. Make sure it's lined up on the back. As straight as you can get it. It's hard to get this stuff straight. And then you're going to take it and press it down again. Make sure you kind of go all the way around the nickel base here. Because if you do too much on one side of the base, oh geez, it'd be deeper than the other like I just did there. So I'm going to have to take this, put it back on here. A little bit easier of a way to do this would also be to take it, get it lined up how you want it, then smash it from this side instead of the outside. This is just to make it more secure to the head, because as you can see, now that we got a concave little shape, that'll actually stay in there better, especially since these are rings and people are going to be wearing them and beating them up, and clay is not that durable. But I'm trying to make it as durable as I can possibly make it. I am going to do it one more time just for thoroughness, because I'm just that chick. Okay, that looks pretty darn good. Looks good. And now I'm going to go stop and wash my hands. Even though I didn't do much, I still need to wash them because this will bleed once I move on to these. And hello there, I'm back. And now we're going to go on to the white and the gray at the same time, because I'm actually mixing these two, because his color is kind of like an off-white color, or like an off-gray, off-white, so I really want to just kind of blend these together and make it a nicer color palette. And then we're going to make the moon shape that he has on his face, which is going to be awesome. As soon as I get this blanket on me. It has been, the weather in Georgia has been crazy. It's been like spring, winter, non-stop. Alright, we don't need very much. That was my sister sneezing, ignore that. We only need a little bit of white, because I just want to bleed it out just a little with the white. There we go. Also because it's just going to be that part of his face, so we really don't need like a lot to begin with. Ooh, I want to smash that down a little. Okay, now I'm going to put the white back in here, because the longer white sits out, the more it holds dust, or clay, or any other debris, for that matter. Get in there. Get in there. Ah, yes, the joys of being a clay artist, struggling to put this back into these tiny bags. But again, it's absolutely necessary to keep things clean. Next, we're going to get some gray out. Again, we don't need a lot, so I'm just going to grab this little bit here. I'm going to grab a little bit more, because I'm going to have to roll this out kind of flat to get the shape I want. Well, I didn't need that much, but, you know, whatever. You never know, maybe I will. Okay, so now to blend these two pieces, not this piece. I don't think I need that. I don't think I do. Wait a minute, just gotta make sure. Still recording. Okay. I don't want to just be sitting here talking to myself, and then it turned out the video was off the entire time. Oh, geez. Now I'm rolling over stuff. Oh, I'm a mess. I forgot to put the black up, too. This isn't going to bleed on my skin too bad just by putting this back in here, so that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and set this over here. That's how I actually work when I'm not on camera. The clay I'm done with, the colors I'm done with, I put back on the shelf wherever they go. But when I'm doing this, I just kind of do it as is. Now you can run this through a pasta machine, but I'm just going to take it and kind of do the smearing technique is what I call it. Just smudge these into each other over and over until they become one simultaneous color, not just two separate colors. Also, I'm sorry about my nails. I need to repaint them again. It's a never-ending struggle with these nails, I tell you. Oops. Sorry, dragon. There we go. Again, I'm going to keep blending and blending until this becomes one pretty color. Are y'all excited for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach? I know a lot of people seem to be pretty lit for it, but a lot of other people are a little disappointed that the style has changed. You know, like from the point-and-click style to an actual free roam environment, pardon me. But I actually like the free roam environment, and the graphics look top tier. Man, that tracing, I can't remember what it's called. Race tracing? Something like that? Rave tracing? Tell me down below. It looks really, really cool on like the effects of the lights and the shadows and everything. Okay, now we got this. Gonna ball it up. That's actually pretty good, but I actually want a little bit more gray now, because this isn't big enough and I know it's not. So I'm just going to cut this little piece in half, smash it, and do the same process. Just smear it. You can see how it's smearing together there. There's probably a technical term for this that's not called smearing, but you know, probably just called blending, folding, something like that. I just like to use my own words so you can follow my technique and my tutorial. We call it smearing. But yeah, I'm really excited for the game. I really wish I had a PlayStation 5 so I could play it, or an actual desktop, because all I have is the PC, and my PC is probably like 6 or 7 years old now, maybe even older, because I used it when I first started college, and oof, it's been a while now. So it's probably a little too old and not enough room to run that game on there. I can run simpler games, but not something like that. Even my fiance's PC is really, really nice, and he's only had it like a year or two, but it's just, that's a really, really immaculate game that's going to take a lot of power. Alright, I think that's good. No, we're going to go ahead and use this last little bit here. Yeah, there we go. Smash that in. I really need to make it the right size to be able to cover all of this. Plus make his nose and his little cheek too. So I have to really be thorough about this. Keep going, keep going, keep going, going. Do, do, do. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to take this ball here that we got, and I'm going to roll it out, not too thin though. I'm going to try to keep it in mostly circular shape too, so I'm going to keep moving it. And it's not quite perfectly blended, but that's okay. He actually has some discoloration, it looks like anyway, so that might actually work better for this particular character. About the thickness I wanted it at, and about the size I wanted it at. Now, the fun part. I have to figure out how to make this look like the moon that goes on this. This is going to be a pain. I'm going to try to lay it on top and then just cut off what I don't need. I think maybe that'll try it again. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to get my cutter, my semicircle cutter. I should have got this out sooner. Okay, this is my semicircle, and I'm going to cut right about halfway on the head. That's the thing, I can't see where halfway is on this side. Try not to cut too deep or you'll cut through the black too, and we don't want to cut all the way through that black part. Now we're just going to take it and we're going to all the way down. Same thing on this side. Take it all the way down. Alright, so now we should be able to lift this up without too much sticking to the black. Not too bad, not too shabby. Then this little bit, just going to scrape it off little by little so we don't compromise the shape too much. We also need this little bit of excess off right here, so we're going to take this and we're going to cut this one more time. Take this excess off. Okay, and now this little bit right here, I'm just going to kind of take this excess piece and chop it across. And then push that back down to blend it back in together. Alright, I'm going to take the time to clean this up and blend it up, and then I'll be right back because this is taking way too long. Alright, I'm back, and now I got this as neat as I'm going to get it. Also, while you're doing this, this hole that we made at the beginning might get a little smushed, so take the ring base in there and keep pressing it in there to keep it like nice and the same shape. Also, this is what the back looks like. Again, the back's not too important because we're wearing it, but I do try to keep it as neat as I can. I wanted these to travel, these little points to travel out pretty far because it does on his design. We still got this little scrap clay here though, because we're going to need that to make the nose and the cheeks. But first I'm going to make his mouth using the same cutter. We're not going to cut all the way through though, because we're making his mouth and his teeth. So we're just going to take it, pick right about where his mouth would be, and then we're going to cut and dent into it. Just enough to where we get an indentation. There we go. Hopefully y'all can see that. Then we're going to do the same thing on the top, but you know, instead of doing it like that, we're going to do it like this to create the mouth shape. There we go. Just like such. I'm going to do the bottom teeth one more time. The bottom part of the mouth. Make sure it's got that good shape. There we go. Then we're going to do the teeth part across, the line that goes across, which is going to go from here to here. Just using the back of that. Then for the teeth, I'm going to take another one of my, oh Lord, I'm going to make a mess. That's what I'm going to do. Making sure the camera's alright. I'm going to take another one of these rubber tools I got that's got the ball tools on the end. And I'm going to take the one that looks like a line shape. So this one right here. Because it is like a straight line. It's kind of hard to see that, but it's a straight line. And we're going to use that to make 1, 2, 3 lines if we can. Ooh, that's a lot of lineage. Okay, we're going to do 1. There we go. 2. Okay, I'm probably not going to have that much room. Yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. I can't quite get as many teeth as he actually has, but you know, that's pretty good. Don't mind me, I'm just kind of using this flat tool real quick to kind of spread this out and make sure this is nice and even while I'm at it. There we go. That looks a whole lot better. Also, that part was really easy, surprisingly. Next, we're going to make his nose, so we just need a little bit of this, and we're going to make it into a teardrop shape. We don't need quite that much, nor do we need that much. Again, the sizing I just already know from experience what I need. This is the ball I'm using, very, very, very small. And we're just going to point this into a teardrop shape. And then I'm going to take it and just kind of smush it down to make it kind of flat, like so. And curve it, because he has a curved nose. Sometimes to make curved shapes, I'll just take what part I want curved and press it against my X-Acto blade, because the X-Acto blade is a pretty good curved shape, as you can see. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut the end off that's going to attach to his face. Right about like right there. There we go. Hopefully I'm in camera, but I cut the little nib off. And then I'm going to take it and put it right above his mouth. There we go. I'm going to take it and put it right above the mouth. Keep it curved to the shape I want. Just blending this into the face now. Very, very gently. Part of working with clay is always being very gentle. To blend it, I just kind of roll this back and forth. Blend this together. Kind of get around the sides too. Make sure that's nice and blended. As good as we can. Oh Lord, and then drop it. Y'all have no idea how much stuff I drop. Okay, I want this piece more rounded, the nose. So I'm going to take one of my rounded tools. Like, geez, I'm a mess. This rounded tool right here, where it's curved here. And just kind of take it and press it. So that his nose will be a little more curved in shape. Same thing right here. We're just trying our best to keep the actual shape the way we need it to be. There we go. Now, next we want to indent for his eyes. So I'm going to take this dotting tool right here. Normally I don't do indented eyes on rings, but you're going to see why. Actually, I'm going to do a slightly smaller. This is probably like the smallest. Yeah, that's the second smallest dotting tool I got, just in size comparison. And then I'm going to take it, figure out where his eye would be, right about there. And I'm back. Sorry that took so long. Just making sure I'm recording. Okay, we're good. I went on ahead, instead of using this dotting tool to indent the eyes, like I said I was going to, I actually went on ahead and used the one I said I wasn't going to, because if you can kind of see this, the smaller holes are on the inside. They just weren't big as I wanted them to. Also, his eyes are really sunken in anyways, and there's going to be like, on this one and this one, like dark crevices, which I just realized I need the black back out for that, which I'm going to grab that now. I also, while I was off camera, went on ahead and stuck a little piece for the cheek on, using some more of that gray, that same gray-white combo we made earlier. Now, he also has two little curls on him, but I guess, should I do that now? There's a curl on his nose, and there's a curl on his forehead. I'm just debating whether or not I want to do that now, because I do still have to clean this with cotton swabs, and I'm still kind of technically working on it, so I guess I'm going to do the small details at the end. So let's go ahead and get this black back out real quick, and make a small piece to go. Just a very... I'm trying not to be off camera. I'm just bad at this, y'all. I'm still learning. Also, this video will probably be way longer than it needs to be, for the same reason. That's pretty small, but I think I need it like cut in half, so let me grab my blade back out. I do recording in different days, so, you know, you'll see stuff move around. It's not all going to be out at the same time. Alright, got that. We don't have to do a piece in here, because that's already black on the inside. But I do need this piece in here to be blacked out. So what we're going to do is take a ball, put it in there. That's still a little too big. A little too big. Or we can just take this, indent that a little bit deeper. Yeah, there we go. Still going to cut this in half though, probably. Let me see. Again, this is just something I've learned from doing over and over. So let me try this smaller half that I have here. You'll kind of be able to gauge the size of things once you've been doing this a while. Again, new phone, so I'm hoping everything sounds alright and looks alright. That looks good. We want to still have a little bit of the edge showing, so when we push this down in there to push it in, it should cover up around the side of the ball tool. Jeez, I can't talk. This is the same technique I used to make the inside of Mono's eyes for the rings of my Mono ring. If you don't know that already, there's a video up. Go watch it. Also available for sale on my Etsy shop. There we go. That way it fully covers all the edges, but it's not spilling over the top there. Perfect. Now I'm going to put this back in. I'm not going to bother with washing my hands because that was just a very small amount of black I touched. We're good with that. We're good with that. We still got to do the eyes. And I also realized when I panned away to go do stuff, this is brand new, I also realized he has a hat. So yay, I gotta make the hat. So I have to get out a purple color and the white and make a strip, and a gold color to make the little gold tip. Because he has little gold stars on it and a little gold cotton ball at the top. Alright, so we only need a very small amount of this, so I'm just going to take it and pinch it. Some clay softer than others. This one's a little bit firmer. Just a small amount. And we want it to be about the same size that was a minute ago, so we're just going to take this, get the cutting tool, cut this in half. If you hear weird sounds, I'm sorry, my neighbors are rather loud. Ooh, why is my desk like that? I need to clean this thing. Ooh, gross. I clean it regularly, it's just, you know how dust and dirt and grime holds on this stuff. I did just redo my nails a little bit, so maybe that's what that's from. Alright, so I think these two pieces should be about right. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. That's perfect. Let's see if this is perfect too. I know, I'm getting quiet again. I always start whispering when I'm really, really focused. There we go. Actually, I want this one to be a little bit smaller, just by a hair. So I'm just going to take this. Again, I'm probably off camera. Ooh, that scraping sound about near killed me. Cut it in half again, or about 75-25. There we go, there we go. And I know I didn't redo all my nails perfectly, but you know, 2 of my nails were really super chipped, so I really had to redo those. There we go. His eyes are actually a little bit uneven to begin with. To me, it kind of looks like the right is bigger than the left, so I kind of wanted that a little off-center. Alright, so now we need the purple and the gold and the white. The white we're going to do first, because I already had that out. I'm just sitting now. I was standing because I was so focused. What we're going to do is we're going to make a strip of white. to do that, we need some white clay, which I'm not going to use too much, because again, this is dirty. I'm gonna clean this right quick. Don't mind me. You get a sweet cleaning montage. I just take rubbing alcohol. It's bothering me how dirty this looks. It might just be stains and not dirt or oils. Then I'm going to take a paper towel. I always try to have at least one paper towel close by. Stab my clay when I'm not trying to. And just give this a good circular motion cleaning. If you ever want to clean something really good, always use circles. Circles are the key to life. Stains up there too. Ooh, the smell is so intense though. That is the only thing. Also, these are laminated. So that way these get less damage faster and I don't have to throw them away so fast. I can really hold on to these cutting boards a lot longer that way. Alright, that's good. There we go. That looks a little bit cleaner. Still got that stain there. I guess that's like clear nail polish or something. Same thing with right there. Because there's nothing on the finger. Oh, wow. Okay, so now that we got this all clean, you have to be really careful too when you're using white clay, because you know white clay it holds every single stain you could think of. We really don't need a lot, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off because we just need to roll it out flat so we can cut a strip out. Or you can use a clay extruder. I'm always lazy about getting the clay extruder out. I need to keep it somewhere on my desk because this really would just come in handy. Also, it's a pain in the butt to clean that thing, so I'd rather just take a ball, roll it out, and cut a strip out. I usually use the long blade to make sure the cuts are consistent. I do the same thing I always do. I flip it to make sure it's flattened evenly on both sides. And I keep moving the shape around to make sure I get the shape how I want it. Alright, that feels about the right thickness. Again, I'm judging things by the feel. It's just something I've known from doing this a long time. I don't know how long of a piece I'm going to need yet, so I'm just going to cut a piece that I think is long enough. That's a little bit crooked. Go back in on that one. Because, you know, it's actually not really a big strip, so we're not going to use but like a quarter of this, like right about there. There we go. Also, nothing wrong with cutting a backup just to be safe, so I'm just going to take this, plop it right next to it. If I can get it lined back up and just cut the excess off. Here we go again. And now we got one backup strip right there. All the excess, we're just going to take it, roll it back up. Now we're going to go on to purple. Again, I barely touched these colors, so I'm just going to dive straight into this. I'm already making this video take way too long. So, I hope you guys enjoy long videos. I'll try to chop this down if I can. It's kind of hard to tell what color his hat is. It's like a dark purple, but not too dark. I don't think plum is the right color. I think it needs to be a little darker. Lilac's too light. What's this? Just regular purple. Yeah, let's just use regular purple. I hadn't had a reason to use regular purple in a while anyway, so let's do it. It's kind of hard to judge the color sometimes because, you know, Sculpey, well, the clay companies, they make a lot of different colors. This is Sculpey 3. I like the consistency of Sculpey 3 for most colors. And all we're going to do is roll out a teardrop shape to make a pointed little hat. So we're just going to cut a little bit off, roll it out, roll it into a teardrop. And then his hat has a very particular bend on it. So I'm going to try to get that bend. So we're going to take it, it kind of goes down and then back up. And then it's also just like that. Okay, so now we need to cut this off flat. I'm going to mesh this down a little so it's flatter too. And it kind of goes off to the side of his head zone, so we kind of need to cut this at an angle. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's looking really good. I know I'm getting quiet. But there's like weird sounds outside. I'm gonna put this strip on and go check out what that sound is. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. So what I did is I went on ahead, like I said, and attached the white piece. Again, sorry, that was just kids outside screaming, but it was just like really loud. I was getting concerned. I also did a little texturing on the lines of the hat. I used that extra white strip of clay that I had, the backup piece, to make the piece to go around the back so it was uniform. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far. I also put up all the clay I didn't need and got out the gold color I needed. Sculpey has Sculpey 3, Sculpey Primo. All the Sculpeys have different golds. I am using Buried Treasure Gold. That's antique gold in there. But I'm just using a very small ball of Buried Treasure Gold. Some Loctite glue. You can use liquid Sculpey. I just don't use it much. This does get kind of crusty up at the tip. Yeah, oof. It came off on me. Ah, grab it down. Grab it down. Great, now I'm going to be crusty forever. That stuff sticks to everything. Oh, Lord. Anywho, I'm just going to do a little dab on this tip right here. Please don't get on me. There we go. Then just dab this right onto it. Because this is a very delicate small piece. So you really want to make sure it's reinforced with either structure, like armature, like wiring, or glue. I didn't glue this hat piece on, which I probably should have, but it should be alright since I used the white to put it down and kind of blended it out with one of my tools too. Alright, now all I need to do is get back out this handy dandy rubbing alcohol. Move all that up there, that over there. Rubbing alcohol. I need cotton swabs to clean. Probably only one or two since this is something so small. I'm going to move that out the way. I try to keep the workstation kind of clean as I go because it's a little easier to work that way. Speaking of that, let me put that moon-shaped cutter up too. Then we're just going to take this. This bottle's almost empty. I got a new bottle, but I'm just going to kind of tilt it to the side until it gets to it. Be careful. I have dumped a whole bottle on my desk before. That was a little nightmare. Now I'm going to sit down again, and I'm going to clean this bad boy off. So I'm going to be quiet for this part. Just clean it. I'll just come back to y'all when it's clean. And the back, we have this bad boy nice and clean now. You can still see it's wet from some of the cotton swabs on it. I didn't use the second one. I only had to use one. So I'm just going to throw that away, put that one back up. And now all we have left to do is the fine detailing. Actually, I should grab that back real quick. Oh Lord, I done lost it. Just use the same paper towel to kind of clean this off real quick. Hopefully don't get glue on it to clean that off. Because we're going to just have to do two swirly lines, one from the nose up. So I'm going to very, very carefully do this. Okay, got that. I kind of messed that black part up when I touched it. Wasn't trying to. But when you cut in the clay, sometimes little stragglers come about. There we go. Got that. And now I'm going to do a little twisty line up at the top. Might actually be better to use this tool. It's a little bit thicker. Let me try that out. Oh yeah. That's so much easier. And a little bit easier to see too. Alright, so then there's one line up the top of his head. I gotta see using reference photos to try to make sure. Okay, it's from the top of his eye out. So I kind of covered up his eye a little, so I'm just going to kind of boop right there at the end, right where I kind of covered it. That way, even though I covered mine up a little, we can still see the line on it. Still getting used to where my phone camera is. Alright, we are done. The moon animatronic does have a little bit of withering, but I'm not going to worry about that. I think this is great as is. I am going to paint on the polka dots / stars when I get done, probably polka dots, and then just glue it to the ring base after it's baked. So we're going to go bake it for 350 degrees for 12 minutes if you're using gas, or only 9 if you're using an electric. Alright, guys, I hope you enjoy this. Oh, one more thing. I am working on making a mess. That's what I'm working on making. I'm working on making stickers. I hope we can see this. Okay, yeah, I can kind of see it. So I have 2 designs already. I'm still in the process of working on and making more of them. I am hand cutting these, so they take a little bit longer, but they are a matte coat, a matte paper, and they're pretty nice. I mean, it's okay paper, and I'm just now learning, and I'm working on getting the shipping costs down low for you guys. But I am actively working on making stickers, so yay! Ignore that this one is messed up. That's why I used it as an example. This is how I'll get to the good ones. I wouldn't sell one with that smudge on it. But yeah, I hope you guys are really excited about this. These are going to be really reasonably affordable, and as long as I can get my drawing tablet to work right, we are going to have stickers in the future, hopefully to match some of these bad boys. Okay, but now, after the special announcement, we are done. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and go bake this real quick. Alright, once it's baked and completely cooled off, you're going to use E6000 to glue it to the ring base. And then once that's completely dry, you can take the gold paint, whatever brand you prefer. This is the Martha Stewart brand. It's actually a really nice creamy consistency too. And then I painted on polka dots and tiny stars, so I went with both. Then once that's dry, I glazed it with polyacrylic floor varnish from Walmart, and then you're done. Here's the glow-in-the-dark effect, and you'll see another regular picture as well coming in now. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stay tuned to see more about the stickers, and stay tuned for next time so you can see more ring videos like this. I don't know what next week's video will be. Well, it might be Five Nights at Freddy, but it might be something different. But just stay tuned till next time. Love you guys so much. Bye-bye, my bunnies.